This air traffic control tower is the third oldest in the nation and falling out of line with federal requirements. That's why Duluth International Airport leaders welcome the public today to learn more about their $66 million project to replace it and asking the community for input as they move forward. Northern News Now's Kara Kopp lays out what we can expect.
Built in the 1950s, the effort to replace the Duluth International Airport's air traffic control tower has been 4 years in the making. That's because the tower is deteriorating and does not meet FAA line of sight requirements.
Now that we are at where we are, we're able to introduce where we're at to the public.
Just this last year, the Duluth Airport Authority gained $10 million in federal funds and moved further into their design process.
And we've currently invested $2 million for the local share, and that included an environmental assessment as well as a siting study to determine where the new tower would be located.
Airport leaders shared their plans to move the tower to a more centralized location, as well as increase the tower's height from 43 feet to 143 feet.
It's going to change the skyline up here.
The new height allowing for updated and improved uses for the control tower.
It's looking like we will be completing it in stages. Those haven't been fully identified yet as far as the construction timeline would go.
Airport leaders saying construction will hopefully begin next year, having most of it done by 2026. Despite the timeline, leaders say flights coming in and out of the airport will go uninterrupted.
We'll be keeping the current tower up and running until the new one is able to go fully online.
In Duluth, Kara Kopp, Northern News Now.
As for the rest of the money, the airport authority is still seeking state funding during this legislative session. Airport leaders say they'll start doing projects to get ready for the renovation this summer.